If you want to go out and find influencer lists for your brand, for any specific brand that we're working with or that you're working with, then you're going to need to use this exact strategy. And it's a strategy that's kind of dead on social media because not that many people use it in the industry now. And that is probably why so many people pay way too much for clients and for UGC slash influencer creators. Anyway, there are a few ways that I'll go over how to gather lists for UGC for content creation. And this is just a short list here, but in total, I've worked with over 5,000 creators in the past 5 or so years. And this is the method that has always worked, especially for Instagram and TikTok. But today I'll generally go around the strategy of finding influencers for products that you may be wanting to promote or that we may be needing to promote for a specific influencer campaign. So the first thing that you initially want to go through is the 3 tiers of influencers. On the influencer side, these are people who are within a niche, within a marketplace, and they post within their specific theme. And that theme could be travel, it could be products, it could be business, it could be any one of these things. From those things, you have their size and their audience size. And so low following audience creator, anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000, even 10,000 followers is considered a nano influencer. Anything past around 10,000 to 100,000 followers, I like to consider a micro influencer. And then everything from that 100,000 to around a million or more is a macro influencer. And I think there's a bit of gray area between that 100,000 and 1 million that can still be considered a micro influencer, but it really depends on your way of thinking about it. And I think the larger budget you initially have, the more you'd go for the mega influencers or these larger influencers above 1 million. But for our specific case, we will be working with influencers. If you just have a brand that you're starting out and you want to make some UGC and you want to get a buzz, more traffic around your brand, then I would suggest finding followers and influencers that are in that nano influencer space, 5 to 10,000 followers, and maybe 1 or 2 depending on your budget, because it can be around $400 to $500 per post for people who have around 10,000 followers, depending on what niche. So there's that. And then there's also UGC creators, which are different than actual people that you see as direct influencers. I would say these people are more people who make videos of products and promote them as if they're users. That's why UGC means user generated content. And so this is the easiest way to, if you're starting a brand and you want to just find easy ways to make content, beautiful people to make content for you, then UGC creation, the biggest way to find them are TikTok and Instagram. And you can go around and you can find a UGC creator here. And this is what I do. All UGC creators have their email, or most of them. I would say 90% of them. For any brand that I'm trying to work with, I look up a UGC creator and then I go down their suggested for you list and I just copy all of the emails here, all of the information. I send them an initial contract after sending them a message in an email saying, hey, this is the brand that I'm working for. I have a budget, and this is the standard budget. The standard budget is $200 for a post package. I'm looking to do a post package with you, and I'd like to get started on working together and see if we can do a partnership for at least 30 days. And so you offer that and you say, we have a $200 budget. We'd like to see what type of UGC we can do. Obviously, make sure that it's within a valid country that you're working with and that you can facilitate promotions to or sending products there. So you have this large data pool of suggested for you UGC creators, and I go through them and I grab all these emails, and then I either do an email blast or I individually send anywhere from 20 to 30 emails per day, along with a message and a comment in their feed saying, hey, I saw that you do UGC, I'm interested. And so this is like a feeler post. And this is how you start adding more and more contracts. And the sweet spot is if you have a brand or if you have a service that you're trying to promote with creators online, your best bet is to go with the UGC route and then nano influencers, micro influencers, and so on and so forth, because they're the lowest cost for the biggest amount of media that you'll ever be able to create. Outside of that, you have your influencers. Influencers you can find if you have a specific brand in mind. This is a brand similar to the ones that we're working with, and you can usually find creators in their following list, and this is where you're going to want to start. You do 20 to 30 of those and you scrape the accounts. And you also go through their tags and you find people that represent their brand or who have represented their brand in the past and have some amount of following. And so with that, you'll be able to initially start out your direct influencer journey, right? And so you just go through and find these people. And for example, this person's an athlete who represents this brand called Aurora and would probably be interested in a contract from a similar brand too, as long as they're not specifically working or closed off and working with them exclusively. So I would do that 10 to 15 per day as well as doing 20 to 30 of the UGC creation for any brand who's trying to get immediate content. That is what's going to get you your initial contracts that will then allow you to build out your services and your community long term, and basically allow you to build out more content for your brand, which will also attract more attention and allow you to get more traffic overall. This strategy has been used, like I said, with the 5,000 creators that I've worked with in the past, and it never fails. So doing 30 UGC, doing 10 brand specific, niche specific outreach is what you're initially going to do. You're going to want to do one message, one comment, and then one email, and then you're going to pitch your offer. And then with that pitch, then you see if they respond. If not, then you follow up with another email, often 2 to 3 days later. The last thing that you're going to want to look at is meme pages and theme pages. And so we have Casetify, a brand that similar to the one that we're working with. Casetify sells phone cases. They sell some of the best and most popular phone cases on the market today. Our people at our agency are learning right now is how to get influencers and creators, but also how to drive more traffic outside of just sending product and you doing UGC. And if you've already done the UGC stuff, because sometimes UGC is overplayed. Sometimes people have already done this, multiple times. And so if that's the case and you've already got the video content, what you need is just more traffic. You don't want to pay on cost per click ads. The last strategy is to find theme pages and meme pages to promote your actual account and give you a tag and repost one of your content pieces or one of the content of UGC that you have. And so this is a strategy that has been used since OG original Instagram days, using promotions from theme pages and meme pages. How you do that, for example, if you see phone cases here, what you do is you look up phone cases on search. What you're going to do is you're going to find, you're going to want to go under the hashtag. So what you're going to want to do is find other pages out there who are actually posting similar to what your niche is, and you're going to want to go approach them. And then you're going to actually message them personally on Instagram and then on the actual comment to see what their rates are. And you're not going to ask about pricing, because the biggest problem that you're going to face is banning from Instagram if your approach is too spam. And so with these pages and with going and doing outreach for theme pages and meme pages, you'd want to be more subtle. And so for example, this is a phone case, an accessory page. You upload a comment saying, "Hey, saw your page, interested in working with you on something for our phone case store." And so you just be really honest about what you're doing and then see if they respond. This is the one where it's more like spray and pray. The more people that you approach, the better. And you're going to want to do a basic scan of who's posting this. Is it somebody who's making phone cases? Is it somebody who's within your niche? You're going to want to vet that, and then their amount of followers and their reliability and their activity on their social media. You can also go to Social Blade, which is what I've used in the past. And Social Blade will give you a direct in-depth look on what type of following and how the engagement of a specific page is doing. You usually just sign up for free, but there is a paid option which gives you more analytics. And for my YouTube channel, just look this up. And it'll just give you the analytics, what type of channel it is, what their ranking is, how much their earnings are, how much followers they have, how much they've got in the past days and weeks, and it'll give you a good depiction from there. So yeah, for meme pages, I would say approaching and vetting them are one of the most important parts, and you do as many as you can. With the UGC, that's the next best way to do it. And then lastly, when you have enough content and you have enough traffic out in social media, and what I mean by that is you have to have 100 to 200 content pieces out, then you start getting into specific larger influencers. But if you're trying to get an approach for all of these things, I would say going aggressively on UGC and these theme pages, finding the right ones. Phone cases isn't the only theme, right? If you're doing travel stuff, right, then your best bet would be to go to travel niches under suggested, and you want to promote your travel video. It would be to go to all of these people in suggested travel accounts. So if you think about it again, number one, the most important thing is you get videos of your product or of your service from representatives. And then you go out and you get volume of traffic. And that's this theme pages and meme pages. And then after that, you go out and you do influencer marketing, which is nano, micro, and then macro influencers, and then mega influencers. So I hope that helps put together the list for you guys. This list should be full of at least 100 people. And you should, as you collect the lists, message and email per day, around 50, if you really want to be successful. Hope that helps. Thanks, guys. See you.